friends, I'm going to teach you now how to make a mini Drawbot. So Drawbots can be big and they can also be a miniature size. We need to talk about something very important though with this Drawbot. Inside your Drawbot package, you'll see a case that has a battery in it. Let's talk about this battery. This is called a coin cell battery. Because it looks like a quarter or a nickel, it's the size of a coin. But this is a battery that never, ever, ever is used without a grown-up. It doesn't go near your mouth, your brother or sister's mouth, or pet's mouth. You only use this battery when a grown-up is with you. And when you're done, your grown-up will put the battery back in the case. They'll put the lid on it, and they'll put it away until you're ready to use it at another time. So remember, this is only with your grown-ups. So the very first thing that I did was I took a pipe cutter tool and I took a toothbrush and I cut the end off of it because it was too long and it was not going to be mini if it had the long handle on it. Now I'm going to put this in your bag with your kit. You'll see it because you might want to put it in your recycle box because maybe you could turn this into a light post, or you can turn it into whatever you want. Maybe you could put some aluminum foil on the end and turn it into like a lantern. Who knows, but make sure you save it. So what I need you to do is get a cup and fill it with a tiny bit of water. You want to have that ready too. Inside your kit, you're going to see a little bottle of food coloring. And let's talk about this. This isn't anything that you open in the living room or in the dining room or on your mom or dad's carpet or in your grandma's kitchen. You make sure that a grown-up is with you. If it gets on your hands, it will stain your hands and it will eventually come off. But if it gets on furniture or your clothes, it will not. So when a grown-up tells you, you can twist the lid off and in your cup drop 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you put your cup down and put the lid on until you hear it snap. Now, you'll see that you've made a nice color, depending on the color that was in your kit. You're going to use this to paint with, and you're probably thinking, paint? The reason why I don't use paint is too heavy on the bristles, and it just weighs it down and it won't let the little mini bot move. You could probably use watercolor. I've never tried it, but you could probably give that a go. So now what you need to do is in your kit, you want to make sure that you take out your double-sided tape and you want to kind of measure that you get a piece that will fit on the top. So one side is sticky and one side is not. So what you want to do is go to this end and put it on there, but don't cover up that end. You don't want to cover up that end, and you want to leave that there. Now the next thing that you want to do is you want to take your pager motor, and you're saying, a pager motor? What's a pager? Well, most of you don't know what a pager is because they're not around anymore, but it used to be a way to communicate. Someone would dial a phone number or put in a phone number, and a little box on your belt would go bzzz, and you'd look at it, and that meant someone was trying to get in touch with you. Usually we all just use cell phones now, but this was the little motor that was inside of it. And it has a red positive wire and a blue negative wire. That's very important to remember. Red, positive, blue, negative. Now, let's open up that coin cell battery and take a look at it. It doesn't hurt your hands. On one side, you'll see a plus sign, or maybe it looks like a lowercase t, and a lot of writing. that's always the positive side for the red wire. If you look on the back with the blue side, you'll see nothing. And that's the negative side. So try your battery out. Hold the metal part of the red on the positive side and the blue part of the wire on the negative side. And do you see and feel your motor vibrating? That's what it's doing. If it's not working, maybe you have the wires crossed. So the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to pull off the little sticky part, and the sticky part of the coin cell goes right up against the double-sided tape, and you push it down as hard as you can. Now the next thing is I want you to take the negative wire and put the silver right, oh, I'm sorry. You need to go back and pull off the top so it's sticky. You want to put that silver wire right in the middle and push it down. And put the negative right on top of it and push it down. Now you want to take a tiny more piece of the double-sided tape, tiny, and pull off. You don't actually have to pull off it. Put the red wire, oh, and you're going to feel it vibrate already, on the top, and put the sticky side on top of the motor. You don't even have to take it off, and you can feel it. Ooh, it's shaking all around. Now, dip that in your, let me put this down a little bit more for you. I got to learn to be a better video production person. Dip it inside, not the whole battery, just the bristles. Just get them wet. See how I have it wet? You don't want too much paint. Put it down on the paper and watch. Now sometimes it stops because it's too wet. So if you pick it up and you move it from the wet, it will move around and draw for you. So pick it up if you don't want a lot of water on it. And it will move all around even without paint. You always can just pick it up and move it, and it will spin all around on its own. Sometimes I don't even like to paint with it. I just like to see if I can get it to go different ways. When you want it to stop, you simply pull up the sticky tape and just let it hang like that. Because if you do that, the powers are not connected. The positive side is not working. So remember, this is a battery that you only use with a grown-up. When you're done, you put it back in the container, you put the lid on it, and a grown-up will save it for you for the next time. So be a safe maker, work with your grown-up, and please send me some pictures of your mini Drawbot. Have a great time making.